We are out here today at one of my favorite communities. It is by far one of the hottest communities still here in Jacksonville. And we're about to check out this model home right behind me. We're gonna go over just why it's such a special neighborhood, why people love it, as well as who the builder is on this and why this could be the builder for you and your family. So let's not waste any time and check out this amazing home and go over much more. Let's get started with this home tour. So when we first come up, you're gonna notice this is going to be what's considered an alley load garage setup, which is why there's no garage up here at the front. But what it does give you is it gives you this nice, large, oversized front porch. In this case, you get a beautiful view of the lake right across. Not every home site's gonna give you that, but obviously for this model, this one definitely does. We also have some nice tall ceilings in here. We have plenty of recessed lighting, and then it's gonna take us into the rest of our house. And by the way, there were pavers there as well. Now, when we come in right away, we're going to have 9-foot ceilings in this space. The builder did some nice crown molding with it as well to show you what you could do there. And another thing I'm gonna point out too is this one actually has that orange peel or textured wall surface. Now, if you're someone who sees that and you're like, I don't want that, well, guess what? You don't have to have that because this builder will give you the option. It is an upgrade with this builder, but you can do smooth walls when you build with them. In addition, with this foyer, as it takes us to the rest of the home, you're gonna notice we have some beautiful, most likely engineered hardwood floors. And I absolutely love the lighter color they chose here as it makes the space feel light and bright to go with those higher ceilings as well. And in addition, we have right off of our entryway, we have the first bedroom and bathroom, which is gonna be great for guests. So starting with the bedroom here, we have a nice, good sized bedroom. As you can see, they have it set up with more of a day bed and office kind of setup. Obviously, you could probably do a full-size bed in here, maybe even a queen. But again, this is great for guests. It's just big enough to give them their own privacy and give them a nice place to stay while they're visiting. But it's also not too big to where they get too comfortable as well. In addition, we do have a nice, well-sized closet off of the bedroom. Definitely more of a walk-in closet there. And as you can see, we have some beautiful lighting here with the double windows overlooking that lake in the front is what we already discussed. And this is in one of the most popular neighborhoods currently here in Jacksonville. So again, if you want to know where we're at today, I'm going to discuss it later in this video, but if you don't want to wait, you can call, text, or email me and we can go over the location we're in and the floor plan that we're in at this time. Then as we come into the bathroom, this can be your guest bathroom. It's also going to act as the bathroom for the bedroom as well. But as you can see here, the builder did some beautiful tile elements. They did an amazing tile enclosure for the shower tub combo. And again, this one has a tub because you always want to have typically one tub in a home, and sometimes it doesn't hurt to have it in the first floor as well. But one thing I love is not only did they do the tile up to the ceiling, this builder did, but they also, as you can see, they used 2 different tiles here. And believe it or not, where you see some of these tiles where it's like a half and half, they actually cut those tiles to size, both the darker, maybe blackish kind of tile, blackish gray, and then also the more tan tile. They cut those to size to make them fit exactly to keep that line nice and straight, which really shows an attention to detail that you don't always see with every builder. And sometimes it's even a case where the builder doesn't even offer something like that. So I actually love that. It's something that's very unique to, in this case, this builder. It makes this house feel more unique as well. We'll get over there in one moment. But another thing that makes this house feel unique is the way that the builder utilized the stairwell here. So the builder actually gave us a lot of under stairwell storage. It's actually kind of cool too. They even did like a different, almost like a rainbow kind of pattern here with the coloring that they used for the stairs themselves. But overall, it makes it for a great space to make like a book nook. It gives you plenty of storage if you need to store, different items, whether if it's, luggage, if it's just extra miscellaneous things around the house. To have this space and even to have it lighted is a huge benefit, whether if you want to use it for storage or if you want to make it a book nook for the kids. There's a lot of different things you can do with this, but what's nice is you have the ability to, utilize the space to begin with, which when you live in an area like here, a lot of times your garages may become more of your storage space, but if you have enough space in your house, it would allow you to keep the garage more for maybe your vehicles, which if you're coming from up north or out west, that's what you're probably used to the garage being used for. But now Let's check out the primary bedroom, which is on the first floor, big benefit there, and see what it has to offer. In addition, like I was mentioning the storage, the reason why, obviously the primary, we're gonna have our primary bedroom over here, and it's a great size. It's a beautiful view. Like I said, not every lot's gonna give you this, but if you wanna be able to get a lot kind of like this, that's where having a good realtor, to reach out to work with the builder on finding those lots is important. So again, you can call me, text me, email me. It'll be on the screen, or in the description of this video will be a link to my calendar where we can set the time to meet face-to-face or through Zoom. Because again, when you have the right realtor in place to work with the builder, there's a lot of different things that they can do to get you additional incentives, to get you inside knowledge of different lots that might be opening up. In fact, in this neighborhood right here, right now that we're in, I worked with the builder to find a lot that was a bit abnormal, but allowed the buyer I'm working with to get the floor plan they wanted and be able to customize it the way they wanted to make it their own. Because again, with the builder like this one, the sky's the limit if you have the budget for it. So again, if you want to know more about that, you can reach out to me. But as far as this bedroom, again, good size. We saw the 9-foot ceilings in here. We obviously, they continue that wood flooring throughout it as well. And again, it just gives you pretty much everything you need to be able to just enjoy your life at an amazing price too, which we will get to later on in this video. In addition, we also have a his and hers closet. So the builder on this actually did give us some custom closets here to be able to show us, what they could do or what you could do after the fact, because in general, when you do work with a builder, a lot of times it's important to try to figure out what things are things you want to do with the builder, which could cost more money, or what things could you wait on to do after the fact and maybe save a little bit of money and have maybe more options to choose from. And I try to go through it a lot to help you determine, what things are important to do during versus after. In addition, we do have our double vanity here. Obviously, nice big mirror here to kind of, give you tons of reflection, be able to see everything. In general, it's a great space there. But then off of it's going to be our oversized shower. So things I love about the shower is, again, it's a step down. They do that on purpose to keep as much of the water in. It's also a nice deep shower, and you still do have some of that glass as well here, just to be able to give you some separation, but also kind of keeps it feeling open as well. In addition, the shower tile does go up to the ceiling, which I absolutely love. They have a couple nooks in there for your soaps and your shampoos. Multiple shower heads with the handles over here so you don't have to get wet from the water on. So all in all, just really well done, and really clean across the board. So I do appreciate when a builder does that. And again, I get it, it's a model. Not every home that they build is gonna be like that. And a lot of times, some of those things we saw are upgrades. But in general, for a builder like this, it's always good to see that they have that capability, and that again, for the right price, they will do whatever you want. So let's now go upstairs before we check out the rest of this house. So up here, as you can see, we have a nice oversized loft. We still have, those 9-foot ceilings. We also have a tray ceiling here, which definitely gives it even more ceiling height. And this is gonna take us to our first bedroom upstairs. So if you've been keeping count, this is the 3rd overall bedroom in this house. And again, for the price that it starts at, you're gonna be shocked when I tell you it based off of what all we're looking at here. But this bedroom up here, again, nice tall ceilings, recessed lighting, which they do it because it's the model. Typically you have just a single light there. And again, if you wanna know what are upgrades in this house or what are upgrades with this builder for just standards, reach out to me because I can go over all the details with you on that, as I've worked with this builder on multiple builds here in Jacksonville. In addition, we do have a normal size closet. But what I do like is they did do the French doors with it, so there's no bifolds that can break. Even the sliders sometimes can break more, so I do like seeing that. And then it's then gonna take us back out to our living room, which, again, for this loft, if you have kids, this is a great space for them to have as a game room. It could be a room to have their friends over, but it just gives you another usable area of the house, which I always love to see. And then off of it, we do have our bathroom upstairs, so this is gonna be bathroom number 3. And again, single vanity. Up here, they just did the tile shower tub combo. And they just did the tile, they just did the standard tile. So again, this is what it would look like if you don't upgrade it. Whereas if they upgrade it, they would go up to the ceiling with it as well. So again, just gives you an idea. I do like when the builders kind of show you what the standards kind of, will look like, to give you an idea of the difference between a standard versus an upgrade with their models, because typically their models are always supposed to be, everything's amazing, everything's supposed to wow you. So I do like when they don't always wow you with everything. And again, I do still have that tray. Then we're gonna come to our second bedroom up here, and this bedroom's gonna be a little bit bigger. And this bedroom, again, this is bed number 4. Big deal, bed number 4. Still has a great view of the lake. Obviously, this is it is a newer community, but it's also pretty established. So, you have some of the neighbors, some of the kids are fishing right now in the lake. Just, again, fishing's a big piece of living in Jacksonville. But in general, it's a great size room. This is a queen size, maybe a full size bed, but you can easily do a queen if it's not. And then we do have a nice size little walk-in closet here. So, for someone who has multiple kids, this could be for the older child. This could be for the favorite child. Really, it just depends on how you want to utilize it, and how you want to set it for them. But again, a lot of great natural light, and does take us right back out into our, loft, living space as well. And then finally, this is, something that I really like up here, but finally we actually have this front balcony. Not every elevation will give you this, not every floor plan will give you this, but as you can see, this is a great size front balcony. On a day like today where the weather is absolutely amazing, it's just an area where you come out to and you can hang out, you can relax, listen to the fountain in the background. Not something you can get with every neighborhood. And so I do love when builders offer different elevations like this, because some people do like to have those balconies. Even if you're looking at another house across the street, just to have a balcony is still a benefit, still a bonus, for you and your family, depending on how you want to utilize it. The one I have right now going on in this community as we speak, they really wanted a nice sized front balcony, and they got that because one of the elevations allowed it, and that was a big piece for them on determining, which floor plan they wanted to go with when they were building here in Jacksonville. In addition, before we go downstairs, I just want to highlight a couple upgrades you see here. The spindles here were definitely an upgrade. It's a beautiful look. Again, it can be a little pricey, but if it's something that you want, you definitely want to do it during the build. And then the builder did also do the wood treads here, which is again an upgrade, but looks absolutely stunning in person. So definitely something that you want to definitely think about doing, when you're building, because it's going to be probably more cost effective and a lot cleaner to do it with the builder rather than after the fact. But let's keep the store going now. Now, this is the spot of the house that I personally would spend most of my time in, the spot I absolutely love. And that's because it has a lot going for it. First and foremost, we have the living room with these nice tall ceilings. Things that, really go wow to me are the tray ceiling to make the ceilings even taller. Because again, these are about 12-foot ceilings in here for the living room space, with the tray making it 13 feet. And then just to really put the cherry on top, we also have 2 wood beams that go across that really do just maximize the look of it. They kind of go hand in hand and match the railing for the stairs. It really gives it more of a rustic feel, which I personally really like that look across the board. In addition, if you ever want to know, hey Justin, how tall is the ceiling height for this space? If you ever see above sliding glass doors, if you ever see those transom windows above it, or those solid windows, typically you need at least 12 foot of ceiling height to get that effect. So there's your little cheat code, for any future homes you look at either online or in person. But again, I can also be your cheat code if you need me for any of those things as well. But in general, great size space, great size living room. It's not the biggest, but it definitely fits everything you could possibly need. Couch, love seat, additional chair, obviously TV mounted. But then it takes us to our kitchen. In this kitchen here, it is really cool in how they did this. It's darker cabinets, which we don't typically see. Definitely offsets with that wood flooring pretty well. But then they did a really nice quartz pattern here. This quartz countertop, it is not a natural countertop. This is a man-made material, but they put a lot of movement with the look of it, with a lot of the flow here that you don't always see with quartz. And I actually like that because then it gives it almost more of a granite kind of effect or look without actually being granite. Because again, if something were to happen to this, you could replace this as long as they still make the same exact kind, and it'll look absolutely the same because it's man-made material. So again, we have the quartz around the outside, we have the quartz for the island. The gold hardware really is a nice look against that darker cabinetry, and something that we're starting to see more often as well. We also have our pantry here, which they did do some custom closet or custom storage options in there. And then we have this nice size, is a farm style sink by Kohler, but it's one of those actually newer materials that we're starting to see a lot more of. Very popular, doesn't really show marks as much. So we're starting to see a lot of people go towards this on their homes nowadays as well. Again, gold hardware. The tile backsplash here, I actually think is really cool. It's a square pattern, but it has like a circular curve to them. So it really kind of gives it more of a pop out effect there. It is a darker pattern than I would prefer personally, but it does pair very well with the other finishes that the builder chosen here, which again, that's just one of those things where sometimes the designers that these builders have, they do an amazing job with their homes, and that's where it's great to have them in your corner when you're designing your home with them as well. We do have some additional glass for the cabinets on each side to kind of give it more of a look. We do have the wired in lighting as well with it. We have our microwave oven combo, gas stovetop, because this is a gas community. Very big, most new construction here is gas, but not all new construction. So it's always good to know which ones have gas, which ones don't. And then our dining room here, it is more of an open concept. So you don't have a true dining room space. But in general, as you can see here, we have a 6-seater table. The lighting here is really cool. They did the tray ceiling here to match the tray in the living room. Tons of natural light, so it's gonna feel light and bright for you. And it really definitely just finishes off this living, dining, kitchen kind of trifecta of the house. You also see here, they have a little bit of an interesting accent wall with like some like wood, almost like butcher block kind of look material in like a geometric pattern. Definitely something different that we don't see very often. In fact, I don't see builders do that often to begin with in general, but I do think it has a nice look across the board. In addition, we do have our back porch, which we're about to go out to, but with the back porch, you do have a single door here to go with your sliders. So that way, if you don't want to open the sliders at any given time, if you just need the door to get in and out, you have that ability as well. But let's now check out this back porch, which has, I think, enough that you're gonna like what you see. With this back porch, first and foremost, when you come out here, like the first thing I noticed is you have these really tall ceilings in here. For this covered back porch. Again, this is gonna be all under the same roof line. So again, you're not gonna have to worry about like having a metal roof up there. You're not gonna hear too much sound when the rain hits that roof on days that it's not as nice as today. But in addition, as you can see, it's a nice size pavered back porch. They did screen in the whole back porch. Because this is an alley load garage, you do have your garage actually right back here behind here. And so your backyard space isn't gonna be as big because you're gonna have more side yard and front yard since the majority of your backyard is going to be your garage. Now, if that's not for you, I totally understand. It's not always my thing. But here's the great part is that this builder doesn't have just alley loads, they also have front loads, and they also have home sites that you can do a front load with also a corner entry as well. And occasionally, maybe you could even find one potentially that could do a side load. Maybe. You have to reach out to me to find out if that's possible or not. In addition though, out here, we do also have our outdoor kitchen. So for the outdoor kitchen, they did do more of that Komodo Joe or green egg style charcoal grill. You also are gonna have a ice maker and a mini fridge. So there's different things you can do out here. They kept it kind of simple, but you could do a gas grill if you wanted to as well. Over here, we do have additional storage. So overall, it just is a nice look. We do have the hardy board exterior, because hardy board is typically what you're gonna see for most homes here. They did more of that shiplap exterior for the actual outdoor kitchen kind of base. This is now gonna be that granite countertop. Again, they use granite a lot of times outside because it's more durable for the elements. But in general, it's a great size space, and it does give you access to your backyard as well if you need it. And here's that door I was mentioning to you about as well, which then takes us back into our dining room. And then we're now gonna make our way to the garage. But on the way to the garage, we're actually gonna make a little pit stop. Because again, when you come in and out of the house, having an area like this where you take your shoes off, put your shoes on, it's nice to have a little seating area here for your mud room. That's what I'm looking for. Obviously for the kids, there's some hooks here for their bags, for school or whatnot. And then right off of it too, is your laundry room. So this is where our washer dryer is gonna be. Really interesting tile pattern that they have here, a little more of a busier pattern, but still looks really good. And then obviously the cabinetry as well, which is an upgrade, but again, you might as well, it's not a huge space. And again, it's not a massive laundry room. So again, if you need a bigger space, There's different layouts they're gonna have, different floor plans they're gonna have that's gonna give you that. But at the same time, it still gives you all you really need. Now, we're not done just yet though. We're about to kind of go over just where we're at today, but there is one more part of the house we haven't got to yet, and it's not the garage. So the garage here, it's gonna be a 2-car garage. You are gonna have an option to do 3 if the home site allows for it, if you wanted it. But this specific floor plan has a very unique feature, which we're about to get to right now, upstairs. So now, this space of the house, I think it's a really cool space for many different reasons, but if you have family, let's say a mother, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law, whatever the case may be, that you want to have close by, living with you, but you want them to feel like they have their own space of the house, this home has a very unique feature that kind of gives you that. And that is what's up here on the second story. This can be above your garage, and this is going to be it could be another bedroom. It's obviously the way you're utilizing it for the model is more of maybe like a crafts room, office kind of space, with this big, crafts table in the middle. But again, this could be a 5th bedroom for this home, which again, for the price it's at, it's a great price to be able to get this much space. So again, this could be almost like a mini primary with the way that it's laid out in the size it has. Because again, you could rearrange the space to make the bathroom bigger. You could even do a small kitchenette. Like in this case, they have a sink, they have a mini fridge, obviously a little bit of storage with the cabinetry. Really well done across the board. But again, if you really want to make it more of a true kitchenette for your family, you could do that with this builder, because with this builder, they will do almost anything, just obviously for a price. In addition, we also have our bathroom up here. In this bathroom, it's a very standard bathroom. We have our single vanity here. It then opens us up into our shower tub combo. Very cool pattern that they did here with some of the design. Almost has like some blues in it, some blues, browns, blacks to go with the standard white or grayish color. It's more of a polygon kind of pattern with it as well. Did not go to the ceiling with it. Again, it's not as standard with this builder, but you can definitely do as an upgrade if you desired it. But again, you get some nice natural light in here. And it's a very nice complete space through and through, to where if you needed that mother-in-law space of the house, if you needed additional space for family, this gives you that. And that's what makes it so unique, because we are in a world where a lot of families live together. Multi-generational is becoming a very popular thing here. So to have something like that, you can't beat that if it's something you need. And especially, sometimes you think, okay, well, multi-generational is gonna put me 7, 8, 9 million plus for a house in an area like what we're in today. But you're gonna be pleasantly surprised when I tell you the price, the incentives currently this builder's offering to be in an area like this and get space just like this. So let's go into that now and just discuss where we're at today, who the builder is, the floor plan we're in, and really just why this could be the neighborhood for you and your family when you move here to Jacksonville, Florida. All right, so I know you wanna know where we're at today, who the builder is, and what this floor plan we're in today was. I'm gonna get to that in a moment, but really, what I really wanna focus on is, why are people moving to Jacksonville, Florida? What's the draw here? And really the draw is the fact that you're moving to an area that is very family friendly. There's always things to do, whether if it's going to the beach, going downtown, going to the zoo, taking trips, say to St. Augustine, or wherever the case may be. There's also always constantly tons of different events, whether it's sports or entertainment throughout the area. So a lot of people do love it because Florida does not have a state income tax, and the cost of living here is still very good compared to other parts of the country. So we do see a lot of people move here for those reasons. In addition, the weather, you can't beat this weather here as you saw today. Yes, we do have hurricanes, we do have hurricane season, but generally Jacksonville tends to stay away from most of those major impacts. So in general, the area here tends to do very well when it comes to that kind of stuff. I know for me, I grew up here. I'm one of those anomalies that loves the city I grew up in when it comes to Jacksonville. And a big reason why I have decided to kind of stay here and why I plan to stay here is because of a lot of the things I just mentioned to you. I myself could never be more than 30 minutes away from the beach. It's just not in my DNA. I just love being in and especially on the water. So again, if you like to boat, fish, go to the beach, this is the city for you. But overall, as far as where we're at today, we are in the Seven Pines community. This community is well known because of its location being right off of State Road 202 or Butler Boulevard, as well as Kernan Boulevard. So it's gonna put you about 10, maybe 15 minutes tops to the beach. It can put you 10 minutes or less to the St. John's Town Center, which is the hub of Jacksonville. It's where most of the restaurants and shops and shopping will be done. And you're also right next to I-25, which you can take to get to the highway with I-95 to go north or south if you want to visit, say, Savannah, or like I said, St. Augustine, or even Miami, Tampa, Orlando. Like most of the major roads here, you have easy access for here in Seven Pines. In addition, we're really close to UNF. So if you're looking to move here because down the road, you plan for your kids to go to UNF, or you want them to be in the state of Florida for college, this is a great location because, again, you are right down the street from UNF, but you're not too close to where you have to deal with too much of the college population as well. But in general, Seven Pines, it is really the place to be. It's where people want to be because of that location. It's also because of the way that the neighborhood has been designed by the Skinner group or Skinner family who developed this community. It's a very much a walkable community, whether if it's within the neighborhood or if it's even just walking or taking a bike or a golf cart to the amenities or even to the shopping, because there will be a Publix right down the street. There's going to be multiple other commercial opportunities as well there. So for restaurants and shops, stuff like that. So it really does make it more of a community where you can be in, however you need, but you also can leave if you need to as well for other things. So a lot of people do like that as well. But as far as this model we're in today, this is the Eastport floor plan. This is a floor plan that is being built by ICI Homes, which is a builder here in the state of Florida. And like I said, ICI Homes, I'm working with them currently with a client, with a customer, with a buyer. I have other buyers I've worked with them as well over the years. And in general, ICI does a great job of being able to help you design the home the way you want it. And what they do is they kind of give you the shell. And again, if you want this changed or that changed, they'll do it, just remember, at a cost. So again, if you want to know more about how their process works, give me a call, a text, an email. I'm happy to go over all that, and also set up a time to maybe even meet with them depending on which neighborhood you're looking at that they're in, because they're in multiple neighborhoods here in the Jacksonville, Northeast Florida area. But ICI, they do a great job with their build process. Obviously here in Seven Pines, there's a lot of great attention to detail in how they go about things. And so in general, they're definitely one of the better builders to work with here in Jacksonville, in my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion, but that's how I feel about it. As far as the floor plan itself, this is a 4-bedroom, could be a 5-bedroom like I showed you. It's also a 4-bathroom floor plan. Obviously 2 stories like you saw today. Has that 2-car garage, but like I said, you have an ability to potentially do a 3-car if you wanted it, if the site allowed for it. And the size of it, believe it or not, is almost 2,500 square feet. This floor plan we saw today was 2,477 square feet. And it's at an amazing price if you ask me for everything you get with it and for its location, but there's some caveats to that. So first and foremost, this price is always subject to change. So what it is now, it's gonna be different than what it's gonna be in the future. But in general, this price starts at $643,900. Now that's not going to include your lot premium. It's not going to include your structural and design features or upgrades. So again, if you want to get an idea of what to expect for those to be, call me because I can go over all that with you over the phone or in person. And then, it's not all bad. There are some positives too, and that's going to be the incentives that ICI currently is offering. Now keep in mind, those are also subject to change, but those will help reduce down the price some. And currently here in Seven Pines, you're gonna see incentives in the range of probably $40,000, $50,000 to use towards design center, use towards structural finishes potentially. And again, when you have me in your corner, we can help negotiate some of those things as well to get you even more incentives if it's the right home for you and your family. So I love to help you. I love to discuss anything to do with Jacksonville as well with you and your family, whether if it's this builder, this neighborhood, really any community in general. And again, make sure if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel because that way you can stay informed when we post more videos like this. And I will see you guys again on our next model home tour.